back. Today we're working on our small camper again. We need to insulate the water lines that run up underneath it. So to do that, I bought some of this foam and tape, duct tape, zip ties, and a good sharp razor knife. Now the two tapes I prefer to do this kind of work with is the Gorilla tape and the T-Rex tape. The T-Rex tape is a little bit harder to work with, but it's a lot stickier. So on the seams and everything where it comes together, where two pieces come together, I'll use the T-Rex tape, and to tape the seam, I'll just use the Gorilla tape. Okay. Now the reason we're doing this is if my wife will give me the phone, I will show you. Okay. Now, underneath the camper, you have your hot and cold drains. There's your hot, your cold. Well, if you notice, they run all the way down the frame to the front where the front sink is in the inside. The two that are at the back sink goes directly up here, and they're pretty insulated, but it tees here from the water tank. It tees here from the water tank going to the front sink. So we need to insulate all these, and these are the three drains. This is the drain for the main tank, and these are the two drains for the water lines. This is also the drain for the hot water heater, but I still like to drain the hot water heater in the wintertime at the hot water heater. It also has a valve. But going to Yellowstone, it can get down below freezing at night, so I want to make sure that these are insulated before we go. And I will show you some little tips and tricks on how I do this as I get to the steps about how to make the bends and how to tape everything together and tape everything down. Okay, I'm gonna start with this blue one because I have more slack with the red one than I do this blue one. The first thing is you take that and the split opens up and you wrap it around the pipe. And after you get it wrapped around the pipe, that's when you use your tape and all and that other stuff to get it all locked down. Now, it'll be a pain in the butt right here because there's not a lot of room and it's super tight. They do not give no room right here to work with at all, for real. Just keep working it on there. It'll go. It's just on this edge over here between this tank and this frame, there's just not a lot of room to work with. But I'm gonna keep being persistent with it. Tight, so this one's, the red one's gonna be easier because
it's,
I got more room.
It's outside also.
Well, yeah, it's on the outside, number one. Number two, I got more room to work with it. Okay, now you see where this pipe right here comes up. I'm gonna have to insulate that too, but I need to make a little notch around this so I can get this foam to come together right there. Now, what you do is you take your little knife and take and just cut you a notch in it. So that pipe will fit around. And then it goes up. And then right here is where I want to use a couple of zip ties. Put a zip tie. Come on. I'll put a zip tie around on both sides. to make sure that it's all the way closed. See how that's closed up nice there? And then I'll do another one on this side to make sure it's closed. There's just no room right here to work. There. Now, you don't want to pull the zip tie so tight that it mashes all the insulation, and then I'll cut another little small piece and run it up this pipe shortly. Okay, now we just continue on down this line. Everything's, like I said, everything here is super tight, so you just gotta slowly work it, push that and work it up, and it will go over. You just gotta keep working and get these wires out of the way, but it will go. Okay, all right, now it's time to go under. Okay. Okay, I still have to make this accessible so you can get to the drain, but I still want it to be nice and insulated. So what I'll do is I will put 2 zip ties. This is a trick I've been using for a long time. You put 1 zip tie on the very end and squeeze it extra tight. What it'll do is it'll close this hole up. And then it cuts the end of it off where the air, I went too quick with that one. I was not high enough up. Okay, there we go. And you just keep cinching it down till it closes all the way up like that. Okay, now to make sure that it stays closed above it, where it opened up, where I squeezed it, I'll put another zip tie just right above it to close that gap. I don't know if you can see it, it's over here. Yeah. My finger is. And I'll put a zip tie there to close that gap up, just like that. Okay, now that's all completely done. I need a...
So the blue pipe now is done?
I still have to do this one, and I need to put a couple of pieces of tape in a couple of areas to make sure that this stays shut. I'll probably just do that with zip ties because it's quicker and easier than trying to tape all of that. Not too tight. See, just tight enough where the zip tie won't move. See how it really didn't pinch? It pinched in just the depth of the zip tie. Here and here. See, it's just in the depth of the zip tie. If you pinch it too tight, it can cause problems with it tearing. And I'll come through here when I get done with a pair of clippers, and I'll clip all these little loose ends. But this blue line is done other than zip tying it. I like to put a zip tie about, I don't know, about every foot or so. And then down here is where the 2 pieces of the foam came together. And I always like to put a piece of tape all the way around that. Make sure you get it all the way around, and that seals it up, and that keeps it from sliding and rattling off. It keeps the 2 ends together to help insulate it. And then there's a couple of places that I need to get some more of this spray foam that they used, and I want to spray some foam up in here where this pipe goes in, and up in here. And after I put this on, I want to spray the top of the pipe up here where this foam is. I want to spray the insulation around and make sure it adheres to this, and then it will be a completely sealed off system. Pretty much done on this blue pipe. I want to trim all of that so it fits. Some more zip ties. Seals that off. And I like that. I can still get to the drain by just simply cutting that zip tie. I'll probably just cut this zip tie and fill it out and then slip it back in there, and then that's what I'll do. Okay.
What's the use of that?
To absolutely make sure the very tips are sealed. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've put little plugs in the end of these after I pinched them down tight, and everything's complete. I still got to put another little piece of tape right here. That one didn't close all the way up, but another little piece of tape right here, and it's complete.